Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing Syphon Filter. This was originally quite some time ago requested by Form Phantom, and I did actually record this video. Well, I recorded a different version of this video immediately when he requested this, and I forgot that the sound button was off. Something happened with the audio, and I played it for an extended period of time, and I was really frustrated, right? So I immediately recorded it again, and then I was like, alright, great, I finally have this done, I'm gonna post it up. And then I realized that it didn't record the commentary, but it recorded the game sound. Okay, great. Now I don't have commentary. So now I'm recording the commentary for it. So, but it's like months from when it was recorded. So I apologize. I was just so frustrated with recording this game. I didn't want to see this game again, and one thing led to another, and I'm eventually getting to it now. The thing is, I didn't forget about you. I don't forget about you guys when you request something or suggest it. I just might not always get to it immediately, or I might come into a problem where I just don't want to deal with it for that particular point in time. It took a few months to eventually get back to this. So I apologize, but I didn't forget about you guys. Some people understand that better than others. I mean, it's the internet. How seriously are you going to take it anyway? But whatever. So Form Phantom, or Travis, I think he might have started another channel actually. I don't know, but he's really talented actually. He's only posted 4 videos as Form Phantom. I saw that on my subscriber list that I might have him under a different name, or maybe that was what he had before, but I could have sworn I saw his name twice on my subscriptions list, and it's like a shame that he doesn't do more videos, because I think his commentary is awesome, and I really enjoy the videos. His videos are like 15 minutes long. They're way better paced than my videos that tend to drag on. And I think checking out his channel and maybe sending him a message to let him know that you're interested if you enjoy it would mean a lot to a smaller channel like his. You know, I have a small channel, but you know, I'm used to it. I really think that his commentary deserves some praise, because since his channel's been kind of not active, maybe he's not looking at it, I don't know. But I mean, obviously you'll have to like the content before you push that you like it or send him a message, because I don't want you to like it just because I said you would. Not that I think that you would do anything that I would suggest. So yeah, I actually went to high school with him, and for whatever reason I never thought I'd see this dude again. And then my sister got married, and she ended up being friends with him again, I guess through him or whatever. And I don't know, it's strange. Like, you think you live in a somewhat large area and all these people start showing up back in your life again. So it's kind of strange. And then I saw him on YouTube. He uses the Xbox 360 recorder. I don't know what the time limit is on it, but for 15 minutes or whatever, how long his videos are, he does a really good job of giving a lot of information in a short amount of time, and his commentary is way enthusiastic. Not that I'm trying to downplay my channel, but in some ways I'm envious that I wish I could sound that natural. But yeah, if you want to see what I would consider a good commentary, make sure to check out his channel if you want to take the extra time or whatever. You're the master your own journey. So we're playing Syphon Filter. To me, this was the PlayStation's answer to GoldenEye. This GoldenEye was one of the few games that I was actually jealous that I couldn't play because I had a PlayStation. I thought most of the games on PlayStation were better than the Nintendo 64 games. Maybe not graphically, but content wise, and you have the cutscenes, you got the extra long RPGs like Final Fantasy, the Tales series, whatever was on Super Nintendo RPG wise usually would come in sequel form on the PlayStation, because the problem is Nintendo made the mistake of come out with cartridges again. Not only were they more expensive, but you couldn't fit as much data on them. It's amazing how much data they could fit on some of those small cartridges. So they got the GoldenEye license, and they made, probably for the time, the most perfect console first-person shooter. And I was jealous. I actually ran a Nintendo 64, and me and my friend would like play that game for hours. It was ridiculous. So this was the closest thing. I mean, it's hard to go back and play this game because the control's really off. Syphon Filter 2 was a lot more difficult in the way that if you got caught, it would usually end your mission. There's a couple missions like that on the first game. The first game's probably the most well balanced. I played a little bit of the third one. The third one seemed to go back to a lot of what made the first game good as far as mission structure goes, but I was a huge fan of the Syphon Filter games, and I guess Travis was too, or whatever, the Form Phantom, whatever you want to call him as, because he suggested to play this game. But for all us PlayStation people, until like Medal of Honor came out, this was the closest thing to GoldenEye that we had. And yeah, it's in third person, but you got like the little silence pistol, and you have like little stealth areas that you have to go through, and objectives. This game's a lot more maze-like than GoldenEye in my opinion. I think there's a lot of times where you're really trying to figure out what to do. Obviously this isn't as pretty, but if you can believe it, for the time this was one of the better looking PlayStation games. Syphon Filter 2 was a lot more ambitious in scope and everything, with like parachuting down and all this stuff and jumping on trains. It really pushed the engine more than it possibly could. When I think of this game, though, the one thing I think of the most is just the taser, and using the taser like way too longer than you're actually supposed to. I think in real life you'd probably drain the batteries before this would happen, but if you use the taser in this game, the people actually light on fire, and I just find that humorous and amazing. And this series did actually carry on to the PlayStation 2, but more as a multiplayer game. And then it took a weird turn. Some of the best Syphon Filter games are actually on the PSP. I believe those were the last ones that come out. I can't remember if there was a PlayStation 3 Syphon Filter. I'm thinking no, but there might have been one of them. I think Syphon Filter started getting good reviews after the multiplayer-centric PS2 ones on the PSP. I can't remember. I don't think I played the ones on the PSP. I played the PlayStation 2 ones, and they weren't that great. Coming back to this, I can't lie. Like, this isn't the game that I remember through my nostalgic rose-colored glasses. The controls are way off, you know. It was before they had, like, the perfect, like, third person or first person shooter control scheme. Like, if they remade, like, not remade this, I would hate for them to remake this game in high definition. How bad would that look? They might as well call it Lego Syphon Filter. But like, if they came out with this series again, this series would be a perfect duck and cover shooter, and could be something great that Sony could utilize. Sony has a lot of IPs that they just don't use anymore. I don't know if it's a Sony exclusive, but it almost seemed like the companies that made some of the games on the PlayStation were PlayStation exclusive games, except maybe what the hell is it called? It was the G Police or whatever. The first one came out on PC, and they also made the Colony War games, which was awesome. They seem to be PlayStation exclusive games. I know the first G Police was on the PC, but the second one didn't come out, and I was just like, man, they would make awesome new games. I don't know who owns the rights. I don't know if I'm saying the company right. It was like Psygnosis or whatever. It's the company that has the owl for their logo, and I'm going off of a vague memory. This is the PlayStation's best attempt at lighting effects, which at the time probably blew my mind. But like again, this level's maze-like. I'm lost and going all over the place. I have the taser equipped now, but I can't see 2 feet in front of me. Instead of fog in this game, you just get complete blackness, which is almost less attractive than fog. I guess it's appropriate though for a subway system. When I was filming this video, I realized that I didn't use the taser enough, so I'm trying to get it all out of my system right now. But I feel like this is a series that they could definitely go back to. After these games, well, they did make a Syphon Filter towards the end of the PlayStation's life cycle, which like I didn't give it a chance because I had a PlayStation 2, and I was starting to get used to more of those dual stick controls for shooters, which Syphon Filter is more like. It has a somewhat similar system to Grand Theft Auto, except there's actually a free aim mode in this, which I appreciate. They did eventually have a free aim mode in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City didn't have it, so it's just hard, and you can see it takes wide turns. It kind of reminds me of trying to turn my my Hyundai Tiburon. I was about to say Hyundai Tercel. The Toyota Tercel was my first car, so that's what came to mind or whatever. But yeah, I'm really trying to show you what the taser is capable of doing. I forgot everything that I've done in this video, so it's almost like watching it for the first time. I just remember being lost in this level, and these are one of those levels where you can miss an objective so easy and it can end up fucking your game up, and you're running around in circles and you miss one little thing, and since it's not the most detailed thing in the world, you might just see some text with the arrow pointing to it, and it's complicated. Once you know the level layout and stuff like that, this game can be extremely fun, but it's definitely not the game that I remember spending hours with, and I don't think I would spend hours with it today. I kind of have to laugh at some of these people that give games bad reviews and stuff like that. It's like they don't know what older games are like, and I guess part of the reason is I forget how old I am. Like, as of this recording, I mean, to some of you maybe it's not that old, but where we gone in mechanics, like it's almost like a lifetime. Like, granted, like people were alive during the Pong and Atari 2600, although that's the first system I actually had, is Atari 2600, and then television or whatever. We of course got them from flea markets or whatever because we weren't the richest, and I guess we could get them cheap after like the game crash in 1980X. I say 1980X like the video games where they say in the year 2XXX, you know, where it's like it could be potentially any year. That way we can't get in trouble if this doesn't come to pass. But yeah, I had like cheap stuff, but like back then, like, games slowly, gradually got better graphic wise, but in the short amount of time between the PlayStation 1 to now, like, game mechanics and everything have improved so much, so it's like night and day when you come back to it. At the same time, being older, I kind of don't realize how much time has passed. Like, it's crazy to think how old this game is. But anyway, Travis, I'm sorry that I got to this video now. Make sure you check out Form Phantom's page. I'll put it in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.